Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. We've got a good video for you today and it's going to be fun to put this thing together. I was in the flea market a few weeks, well, it was only a few days ago I guess now from the making of this video, and I shared that online with you all, and I found this what looked like a blade, and I wasn't really sure what it was. It says hide on it, IP hide, and so I shared it with you all, and you guys came through with flying colors. I tell you, it's great to be a part of this community of tool enthusiasts. You guys, when I'm not sure about something or when I'm not thinking straight, you guys share in the comments, and it's great always to hear from you about it. So somebody mentioned, several of you, I shouldn't say somebody, several of you mentioned that this is a mill knife, and I'd never heard of a mill knife. Most of what I've always used is this kind of a knife, this old Stanley style, and I use it for everything, drywall, carpet, you name it. But you guys told me this was a hide knife and or a mill knife, and so I got to looking around online, and sure enough I found a handle for it. I was thinking of taking and turning this into a regular knife, going ahead and shaping it all out, but now I've decided to restore it. So come on down here a little closer and let's take a good look at it. All right, here is this blade, and as I showed you before, there is the information. The IP hide, Southbridge, Massachusetts, made in the USA. And I thought that'd probably be some pretty good steel I could make a blade out of, make a knife out of it. And then when you guys told me what it was and I started doing some research, I found one of these handles online. It's a no-name. I don't think it's made by Hyde. It's probably a knockoff from somebody. But the problem is, when I looked at this and I got it, it looks like they took some 40 grit sandpaper to finish this handle, and it's pretty rough and the corners are kind of sharp. And so I am going to take a foam rubber block here. I like to use these foam rubber blocks with sandpaper on them, and I'm going to sand up the wood, and then we'll go use a fiber wheel and clean up that aluminum, and then we'll clean this blade up a little bit, get some of that tarnish off of there and smooth it up some, give this a new grind, a new edge, sharpen that up razor sharp, and then we'll put it all together. So let's go have some fun. right, now we're going to strop this on our leather strop here. If you guys haven't seen this, this is a leather strop that I milled. I took and with a chisel milled this out down here, put that block in there. I can't remember if I screwed that under here or if I just glued it. Might have even just nailed it just to hold it, because it's a glue that's holding it, but that's really tight joint right there. And then I took contact cement and put a nice chunk of leather on there, and this has worked wonderfully. You push down here so it's flat on your table, and then tighten it up in your wood clamp, and this thing's not going anywhere, and it works wonderfully. Let's put it together, try it out. All right, guys, here's our blade. Here's our handle that goes with it. Let's go ahead and open this up. I don't know which way I want the screw side on, but you can see how it goes all the way through the handle. You can make it short, you can lengthen it, make it all the way out there like a regular knife, or you can choke it up. I think that is the value of this system, being able to choke up on it. Get that nice and tight. Check it out. There is our blade. Now, I don't know if I can get it here on the camera. I'm hoping you guys can see that little, there it is, I think, that little shiny micro bevel. Hopefully here on the other side we can see there. I think you can see it right there. It's got that, just that little itty bitty edge is razor sharp. Now this side came out pretty decent. This side here was not maintained very well. I would have had to have ground off so much of this blade. I didn't want to do it. The more you start taking off of there, the more better chance you have of burning your steel and ruining the temper that you have in there. So I just took it down to that edge and put it there. Let's see here how this would work. Of course it's going to be different. Man, that cuts very. So this is something you very easily could use in a variety of ways. I did get a message from Scout Crafter, and on my last video of this knife right here, he pointed out you can use this knife like this to really get some leverage down, this carpet knife, and you can take and cut corners with it and that kind of thing. So I just wanted to mention that because he had a very good point about that, being able, the versatility of this knife here. But this thing here I could see is becoming a favorite around here. You can see I didn't get all of the nicks out of there, but it is smooth and it's polished off. I don't need it to be a showpiece. This would have had to have been ground down so much, as I said before, if it was going to be a showpiece. So I didn't want to do that. I'm going to probably use this. I really like the idea. Can't believe I've never, I don't know, I guess I've never worked in the mill part of industry to have seen one of these knives before. Now, I had this little piece of leather here and thought we'd see just how it cuts leather. Wow, look at that. That goes through like butter. Let's try something here. that. It's cool. I also had another thought at the end of the day when you're done, and also wanted to point out this thing, this blade is made tapered. So it's thinner down here than it is up here, which goes along with the sharp edge. So this here is thinner than the spine is up here. But what I was thinking is, at the end of the day, to keep everything safe, just reverse this, putting that sharp blade in there like that, or if you're going to throw it in a toolbox, and that should keep that from getting damaged or hurting anybody. So I thought that worked wonderfully. So in my research, from what I understand, this was used a lot in leatherwork, and also could be used, somebody said cutting tires is something that they use this for, but cutting the soles of shoes to size is something that they would have used this kind of tool for. And so I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know what I was getting when I found the blade, but when several of you guys shared with me what it was and I found the handle, I thought this is really cool and I like it. I think I'm going to use that. So you may see that in some future videos as well. That was another fun project. I sure do appreciate you guys helping me out, figuring out what this was. When I saw this blade, I thought the tip on it was broken. I wasn't sure what it was for. I thought it was a marking knife, but it didn't make sense to me that it didn't have a handle. And several of you guys mentioned what it was, and I was able to do some research, found a handle for it, and now we have a proper tool. And I think I'm going to put this to some use. This thing is really, really good. So guys, thanks so much for joining me here in the shop. It's always great to have you come by and visit. And if you will, hit the subscribe button with the bell notification, and that way you'll be informed when we have a new video pop up. I try to do about 2 videos a week. I don't always get that accomplished, but it's always great to have you stop by. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. If you've got something to say about the tool, leave it in the comments. Other than that, guys, have a great day and God bless.